Yeah, but just giving you a heads up before you say anything you might regret.
Oh, don't want to get canceled yet.
I should pull up the intro and stuff.
Oh,
I'm going to do test run right now.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't know how to do that.
I think it's this one. Oh, no, I don't want to set it as the intro video. I just want to play the intro video.
Well, I don't know how Deric does a thing where he makes it like in like the bottom corner.
I know. I think we might have to forego that.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I got my bottle that I need as our thing.
Cool.
So we should be good to go. I think we just hit media assets and then hit the video clip.
I can't find the video clip though. I might just
wait, hold on. If I hit this. I'm going to give a huge shout out. We're falling apart over here. Oh, you muted. Somehow you got muted.
Yep, there we go. Fixed.
Okay. I'm just going to hit the intro and then we can just start this thing.
Let's do it.
See what happens. You might have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Welcome to Off the Cut.
Dude, I haven't touched any wood in a long time.
And that's why it's covered in plastic.
Oh, man.
Some X-rated content there.
I don't care how long it is.
Thoroughly excited.
Great for the pocketbook, bad for the environment.
Oh, I'm number 3.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad we got the explicit out of the way early.
If I'm going to put money into this, it's going to be great. And I guarantee.
Don't forget to spend your Burkle bucks.
That was super easy.
Get it. Welcome to Off the Cut episode 226 for Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Woo. Yeah. Hey, Deric isn't able to make it tonight, so this one might fall off the rails. Almost already did. We can't figure out the tech.
We were having we probably spent 30-45 seconds just trying to get the intro video to play as per usual when Deric's not here. But you know, that's all right. Because there is one thing you can always depend on, and that's getting amazing tools over at kmtools.com. Because kmtools.com is for woodworkers by woodworkers. Everything on that store is either designed by Jonathan and his team, or it's stuff that they actually use in their own workshops. And you know what? This week I'm actually reading the show notes. I got them pulled up in front of me right here, and it says, talk about the slide stop, which pretty sick little tool that he made. I mean, it's the simple. It's just one of those. It's a great example of the attention to detail that go into the tools that Jonathan makes. Everybody's seen a side stop before.
There you go.
When you get a nice, like, I don't even know what to, solid milled aluminum thing, you're like, oh yeah, this is really high quality, really nice. Somebody's actually put thought into it. And that applies to all their tools. And, you know, every time you shop over at kmtools.com, you get to feel good about yourself because a portion of every single sale goes to support the Katz Moses Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund that puts tools in the hands of people who need them. Plus, it gives us $50 to give away to one lucky patron every single month. So if you want to get automatically entered in our monthly drawing, head over to patreon.com/offthecutpodcast, sign up, and like I said, you're automatically entered. Easy peasy.
Oh, yeah. You know, when somebody always tells you, like, hey, you got this time span, like, hey, in like, 6 weeks, whatever this thing ends. And you're like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's not even a real date.
Sure.
Well, our good buddy Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking.com, he's always doing giveaways. He's giving away a Jet 1.5 horsepower, 2 micron canister dust collector, a $989.99 value. But here's the truth. We've told you about this for over 2 months now.
A while. It's been a bit.
And there are 3 days left. If you're listening to this live, if you're listening to this when it comes out on Spotify and everywhere else.
Whoa. Hold the horses. You see Bill's in the live chat right now?
Oh, what?
He's dropping He's telling you if anybody watching this live right now just found out what the next giveaway is, and it's a good one. I almost don't want to say it. I think we should maybe save it for next week.
I agree. Bill just told us what the next. Oh my God, the next giveaway? That's insane. Bill, you're a crazy man. All right.
That's pretty exciting.
For everybody at home, this is an incentive to chime into the live chat.
True. Very true.
The live stream that we do Tuesday nights. But Bill, we'll tell people what that next giveaway is next episode. So you got 3 days left. July 24th at midnight, you can win that Jet dust collector. Go over to WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway. Enter to win. And Bill's also running another big promotion, the SawStop Summer Cast Iron Cred promotion. So
never stops.
Up until July 31st, in store, purchase any new SawStop cast iron table saw and receive a SawStop online store credit of up to $450 based on the product purchased. That's crazy. Incredible. You get tons of saw blades. You could get like half of a router table extension. You could get the little dust
think I might
collection
get you pretty close to the full router table. It's been a while since I bought mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You get a lot of accessories, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's half the fun of getting a SawStop is equipping it with all the different things you want to equip it with.
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, Bill's got everything you need. Tools, supplies, lumber, slab, sheet goods over at WTBwoodworking.com or in-store at 390 Pike Road, Huntingdon Valley, PA. He's also got 10% off wood turning blanks, 10% off all boards, and 50% off all slabs. Now, those 3 promotions are only available in store, so go visit them or check them out online. And huge shout out to Bill and Jonathan for supporting this podcast.
Yes, sir. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, how can I possibly shop for slabs online? He's got them all indexed. Every single slab that he has in stock, it's on the website. So you can pick them out before you even go in store. It's pretty cool. I was very impressed by that feature of his website.
I tell you, my lumberyard certainly does not have that.
My lumberyard won't even they won't even tell you the species of wood they have. They're just it's too much to keep track of. Maybe show up sometime, check out what we got in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lumberyard's a little odd. There's half the time there's no one there.
That's what we call the honor system where I'm from.
It's kind of an honor system. I've done before, but I filled up my car, and just the next time I came back, I was like, "Hey, I got 120 board feet of walnut," and they're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll add that to your bill."
Cool, that'll be $1 million.
No
Thank
kidding.
you very much.
Yeah, no kidding. You gotta apply for a loan when you go over there. But
how long until you think lumberyards start taking a firm and whatever the other ones are? You know, the ones that the Klarna or whatever that lets you split up purchases into payments.
Yeah, I've seen that. You go online and it's like a T-shirt. It's like $22, and they're like, or hear me out.
6 monthly payments of $6.
They're like, what are we doing?
I know, it's crazy.
What are we doing?
You know what's funny? I have that enabled as just part of I basically just checked a box on my website that was enabled PayPal payments.
Yeah.
As part of that suite, it gives you PayPal later, which is their version of the same thing.
Okay.
For some reason, whenever somebody checks out on my site, and it's only happened to 3 or 4 people, but whenever they check out with that split up into monthly payments thing, for my course, it doesn't enroll them in the course. So I have to go in and manually fix it. It's so weird.
That's odd.
PayPal transactions work just fine, but the one where you split it up into little segments doesn't for some reason.
That's strange. Now I'm curious. I don't even have that available it could be an option if you click PayPal, but whatever this Afterpay thing, whatever the hell it is.
Afterpay, that's another one, yeah.
I don't even have it enabled on my website because I'm I don't want to be the person who gets you into one of these 0 interest loans and then 2 months later you get just absolutely rammed with the interest.
True.
But I don't know. Have you found a large percentage of the people checking out pick that?
No, I would say 1 to 2% of people do it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I mean, if I had been forced to make a decision on whether or not to activate it, I probably wouldn't have, but it was just like turn on PayPal payments and it came as part of it. So I was like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
I've heard that you can do that for gas now.
No
you
way,
go fill your
really?
car up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
They'll do
I
anything.
remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, we've gone too far as a culture. I saw a store near my house where you could finance a set of rims for your car. I was like, that's too much. Spinners, dubs, big chrome dubs.
We know, like, like retail or whatever. Now, luckily, I didn't have this when I worked at the shoe store, but I knew a lot of the stores like Macy's and like, Sears and Home Depot and all that kind of stuff. Like, your job is kind of to like ring people out.
Yeah.
But
what do you
really,
mean, ring them, like upsell them kind of?
No, but I mean like, scan their stuff, like be the cashier.
Like ring them out. Okay, gotcha.
But really, your job is to push people to sign up for whatever store credit card it is.
Yeah, I wonder like what percentage of the profits come from the store credit card versus like selling the merchandise.
I would imagine a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Because I know like at Victoria's Secret, the place that sells small underwear.
Of course.
That is like, you'll get fired if you don't get like sell enough cards or whatever. Yeah.
I don't like that. See, I don't know. If your business is selling small underwear, then you should focus on selling small underwear, not on selling credit cards at checkout.
Well, they make more money that way.
Yeah. Dude, I have one friend who's like, whenever there's a store and it's like, if you sign up for our credit card, you'll get 10% off your transaction. He will do that. And then he has like a million credit cards as a result. I think he's pretty disciplined. Like, I don't think he like runs them up or is like not crazy in debt or anything like that. But I think he just cannot resist the deal.
Yeah. They're relentless at Home Depot about it.
Yes, they are. Contractor card, credit card.
You want to save 10% today?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I wonder what the limits of that are. Like, if you were going to, imagine you were building your own house. Could you theoretically order everything in one order and get 10% off the cost of a house?
Theoretically, you probably could.
Yeah, and then you just have to store an entire house worth of materials for 6 months or whatever it takes to build a house.
I'm assuming like a lot of these things, it's up to a certain discounted value or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Joe just said financing tires for trucks is big right now. And you know what? As somebody who just bought a set of tires for a car, I can understand why some
tires have gotten bananas, man.
I think it cost me a little over 2 G's.
I bet. Yeah.
Four tires.
Yeah, I was gonna say here it's probably $1,400, and then you have the conversion rate. I believe it's over $2,000, and then you gotta obviously
get balancing.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
All that fun stuff. Yeah.
That's
but I'll tell you what, $80 cash rebate on those $2,000 tires I bought. I bought them at the start of the summer. I still haven't seen my little $80 prepaid gift card from Michelin or Goodyear or whoever it is.
Oh yeah, what'd you go with?
It was either Michelin. Let's see. I can't remember the name. Eagle F1 tires. Who makes Eagle F1 tires? Goodyear. Goodyear. You know what it was? Is a brand new tire, so they were significantly cheaper than all of the other ones because I assume they were trying to get some reviews out there. It's like a brand new set of tires that was like first available this year. This
new product line.
New product.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're considerably cheaper than any of the other options. So I took a little bit of a gamble, but based on all the reviews I'm seeing, I made a good choice.
Now, where do you land on the whole tire game? Are you buying like the ones that say it's like a 35,000 mile estimated life, the 40,000, like the 60, the 70? Where do you kind of land on that?
That's a good question. I wouldn't trust any of those ratings personally.
No.
I think there's some bias there, but I don't drive that much. So I'm like, my tires are going to dry rot before I'm going to run them bald, most likely. So I don't really pay much attention to that. I'm more concerned about, performance and stuff like that.
Like the grip and like, are they loud as hell? And
exactly. Yeah. Comfort is a big thing, and noise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the frustrating thing about tires. Like,
you don't know.
You're like, I got plenty of tread left, but it's like you start to get the cracks on the side and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is there anything you can do? Like, does the tire black shine help at all?
I think it's actually worse for it. I think I've heard that the tire black stuff kind of pulls moisture out of the rubber and makes them crack and stuff faster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I'm starting to look at tires because I got like 70,000 miles on my tires.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. That's getting up there. 70,000 miles. What?
I
On
know.
your Ranger?
Yeah.
You've already driven that thing 70,000 miles? Didn't you just get that like 2 years ago?
I had it I got it before. I've been married 2 years. I had it for like a year before I was married. So I've had it like 3 years.
Dude, I drive like 10,000 kilometers a year, maybe.
Yeah, but so while we had that car, we also had the Honda Fit, which we drove like nowhere. So like basically it was whoever was driving was taking the truck.
Yeah.
And that the Honda Fit was basically just, if someone's gone, you take this one to like dinner or whatever. So like it was basically two people driving that car. And I think we bought it with like 25,000 miles on it too. So
okay.
Yeah. It didn't have zero when we had gotten it.
Oh, that's right. You bought the Tacoma brand new, but not the Yes, okay. That makes sense.
But yeah, I've been looking at some tires.
Yeah.
Especially now, like for the Tesla. I've been looking at I think they're Michelin like cross climate ones.
Okay.
They're this real interesting like V-shaped tread pattern that's supposed to be, it's an all-season tire, but it has insane winter weather performance on it.
Interesting. Would you actually leave them on all year round?
Yeah, because here it's not as bad. Where like I really need dedicated summer winter tires. I know very few people that actually do that here.
There's probably like 2 or 3 days a year in Toronto where you actually need winter tires.
Yeah.
Most of the time you get by just fine in the set all seasons.
Yeah.
But
I know some people, if you live in like Colorado or whatever, where it's still like
story. If you're in the mountains and stuff, makes sense.
You got to get some chains.
Yeah. I get a discount on my insurance, and also because I knew my summer tires were really expensive, I went on Facebook Marketplace and bought a set of winter tires on a separate set of wheels. Because that way I get more life out of my summer tires, and I get a discount on my insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't really care about like the rims all that much.
Just like beater rims. It's actually good because then I have this beater set of rims that also takes like all the salt and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to worry if, accidentally bump it with the shovel and, get all the salt and all that kind of crap. And well, hey.
That's enough room talk. Enough tire talk. Tire cast.
Oh, man.
People are here for the tires.
Well, so last week during the after show, we kind of got talking a little bit about like the whole motivation thing.
Refresh my memory on the motivation cycle, like what it's like as a creator.
Yes. But I think it's also not necessarily specifically for creators. I think everyone can kind of go through this. So what we were talking about is like sometimes we'll be super motivated and like it feels like you can blast through a project, blast through a video. You can edit it, you can get the voiceover, and you're like, man, I'm flying. Like this feels good. I'm having fun. And then other times it's like you wake up and you're like, okay, today I need to write the voiceover, and you're like, I can't be bothered. Like dude, I can't do this.
I've had days where I've stared at the voiceover document and just like wrote one sentence and be like, no, that's garbage. Delete.
Yeah.
Write it again. No, that still doesn't sound right. Delete. And then I'll just stand up and walk away from the computer and be like, I can't do this right now. Everything I do sucks.
I know. Well, like, dude, that sometimes gets even further than I get. Sometimes like I'll go to the computer and I'm like, I can't even pull that up right now. Like I can't think of anything worse than doing that right now. Yeah. And I'll go downstairs. I'll like put my hands on my hips, look outside at the grass. I'm like, does the grass need cut? No, I got it this morning. I'm like,
It's funny how attractive house chores start to become once you have a task that you're like putting off. It's like, yeah, I can get out there and trim the hedges right now. Why not?
Yeah. I should go clean the recycling bin outside.
yeah. That recycling bin was a little disgusting last time I took out the trash.
Yeah, maybe I should clean the underside of my car real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, I don't know. It made me feel better to hear that you also go through that.
100%. And I feel like there's like big. How do I describe this? There's big like meta waves, and then there's smaller waves within that too. So you can be like, I'm having a productive day, or like a very motivated day during kind of a time period when I don't feel very motivated in general. And then the opposite as well, where you're like, I'm kind of having like a slow day in the middle of a really productive week or something like that.
Yeah. And it can be something like sometimes I'll even like see it, I'll like mentally forecast it. It's like, for example, I'm working on shooting B-roll for a tool list under $20 video that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Super easy. You watch the video and you go, I need a close-up of this real quick. You write it down, right? Yeah. And you make a big list. Yeah. That's easy. But then you're like, all right, go out in the garage and take those shots. And you're like, nah. You know what I mean? It's like
yes, 100%. I found that there's a few things that help with that. Okay. One of them is just like, depending on the task, like just getting started. I find like some things are kind of automatic once you get into the rhythm of it. So like editing. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm not even talking about the final edit where you're being really precise, but like the part where you go through and trim out all the bits where you like walk up to the camera, press record, walk away, do your thing. So stuff like that, I'll just sit down and I'll just start doing that kind of mindlessly. And then I'll be like, okay, I got rid of all the parts where I walk up to the camera, hit record. And then I'll be like, well, what about if I just did a little bit more and I started cutting all the bits where I'm actually talking to the camera? Okay, that's pretty good. I could probably start layering B-roll on top of all this. And it kind of snowballs like that. So if you can just get started with something easy, it definitely does help.
It's like a motivational snowball, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a great way to think about it. But for some things like voiceover, recording and writing voiceover, I don't find that works. Because like I said, I'll sit there and I'll be like, no, that sucks. No, write it again, that sucks. And then I'll just get frustrated and be like, screw this. I think the frustration is a big factor. If it's not going smoothly, it's very unmotivating to keep going.
And so like, how do you ease those, like, maybe you call them like motivational roadblocks? Like,
one thing I've been experimenting with and having a little bit of success with, I think, is treating everything like it's the first draft. It doesn't matter. So, like, I'm going to record voiceover. I'm like, I'll write it out. I'll be like, this isn't perfect. Like, it's really bugging me that this is not like 100%. And then I'll try and remind myself. I'll be like, this is the first attempt. Like, this is just kind of like so you can get a rough cut of the video done, and then you can go back and like re-record this later.
Or re-record like, segments or something.
Exactly. It's like this is just the first step of many, so you can kind of like put together a rough cut of the video.
Okay.
So not holding myself to like a super high standard, and like like we talked about this, I think during the after show last week. It's like sometimes I'll get picky and be like, oh, I didn't like say this line in the voiceover the way I wanted it to. I didn't have the quite like the right inflection at the end of the sentence. I'll just be like, well, you know what? This is just a rough take. It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to re-record this later.
Okay.
And that helps me kind of like plow through it a little bit.
So it's almost like what I'm hearing you say is like you try to get something down. You try to do some sort of task or some action, and then you can revisit it later.
Yes.
And be like, okay, well, I really just want to re-record that one sentence.
Yeah, exactly. And like I find, I don't know about you, but I find the part of the editing process where I'm redoing things and making them better, I actually find that much easier. I'll be like, here's my first kind of take at this section of the video. I'm like, if I can take a day away from it, I can come back and be like, oh, it'd be much better if I move this here. I chop this bit out. I don't need that. I find that part more enjoyable. So if I can just get to that part faster by not worrying so much about my first attempt at it, it actually keeps me motivated and going a little bit better.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And do you ever find that you mentally try to manipulate yourself? Like you say something like, okay, I really don't want to record this voiceover. What if I just do 3 minutes of my video?
Yeah.
You do that, and then you're like, I mean, I could do a couple more minutes.
For sure. Oh, yeah. I'll give myself little goals. Or I'll even be like, if you finish this segment of the video, then you can go outside and work on the car for 20 minutes or something like that. You give yourself little rewards.
Or do you, so in this example that I'm doing right now, I'm shooting B-roll. Mm-hmm. Would you find it more motivating to maybe shoot B-roll clips for one of these tools, then bring those clips into Final Cut and put those on, or go film all the B-roll for all the tools and then at the end come back? Do you find chunking things in either big chunks or little chunks more or less motivating?
See, I think little chunks is more motivating. Mm-hmm. But then I find myself thinking, I'm like, well, it would really be more efficient if I just shot all of these all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does. There is something to be said. I've had big, kind of toolless videos and stuff like that, where I've been like, I'm just gonna shoot all the B-roll for one item at a time. Mm-hmm. Dump that, edit it all, move on to the next one, and kind of cross it off the list. Because there is kind of a satisfaction that comes with being like, I completed this section of the video.
Yeah, and what I've started doing is I have this tendency of when I'm editing, I'll I do a voiceover, I'll do B-roll, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I got 5 minutes done. I'm like, all right, I should watch it from the beginning, 0 to 5 minutes, and then now start, minute 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I go back to the beginning and watch it again. I'm like, why am I rewatching this one segment that it's already fine?
I find that kills my momentum. If I start going back and rewatching stuff, intuitively I do it a lot. I'll be like, I completed this section. Let's rewatch the whole video and see how she looks all together. But it's bad. I think if you can kind of catch yourself and not do it, it's very helpful.
One of the things I've started doing that's really helped me is underneath my main clips when I'm editing stuff, I'll put a green little bar, and I'll basically drag it. And once I'm like, I like that section, that's good, I'll drag the green bar underneath it so I visually can see Eric, there's no reason for you to rewatch this right now. You've already told yourself you're happy with
it. Okay. Maybe I'll try doing that.
Because then you'll see little breaks oh, you really like this section. There's no sense of you wasting 5 minutes to rewatch this.
Totally.
Maybe until you've edited the whole thing.
Yeah. And then you can go back. That's not a bad idea. I might try doing that for some future videos.
And do you ever find yourself where you're, I don't know, that you need to get something done, but it feels like there's some roadblock in the way. I wanted to shoot this B-roll for this video, but I was like, well, I know they're going to come replace, this was a week ago. I know they're going to come replace the garage door in the next day or two. I don't want to have this stuff set up and have to put it away. So I'm maybe I'll just wait. Yes. But you're but I don't want to start another video when this one's almost done. How do you handle those situations?
That's a good. I used to do that so much, not so much with YouTube videos, but with Instagram ads and stuff like that. Okay. I'd try and wait for it to be the perfect conditions. If I had to film something outside, I'm like, I can't do it today. It's a little cloudy. And then the next day, I'd be like, I can't do it out right now.
Too sunny.
Too sunny. Yeah. Exactly, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. That one's a little trickier to manage. You just have to get on top of yourself, on top of your own mind, to be like, you're stalling because you don't want to do this. Just get out there and get started with it.
Dude, I'll do that sometimes, or I'll be it'll be 1 o'clock, and I'm like, Eric, you've literally done nothing today.
Yeah.
And what are we doing?
Yeah. That's a tough one too. It's like, you know, the motivation to start something new at 3 o'clock. Like if you do something like you say you finish your voiceover recording and it's 3 p.m. You're like, I don't know if I should really. Do I really need to start editing thumbnails now, or can I just take the rest of the day off? Give myself an easy day.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And the whole self-employed thing, it's super easy to work yourself crazy hours, and it's also just as easy to not do a damn thing.
It's really hard to strike that perfect balance.
Yeah. It's sometimes you just feel like you don't have time.
Yeah.
Or you have too much time, so you're like, I'll do it later.
It's tricky too. I actually kind of like having sponsored videos because then I have a firm deadline that I'm working towards, and it's like, there's something nice to having some finality to it. It's like I don't want to write an awkward email and like beg for an extension. I'll just work another hour and like get it done. I know. Yeah.
That's when I've had this discussion with people. I call that internal versus external motivation.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But hey, I want to get back to that. But real quick, I wanted to tell you, I had a friend of mine reach out to me recently asking if I could make them a sign.
Oh, what kind
for
of sign?
Like a home sign.
Like what?
Like an address.
Bless this mess. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not bless this mess. No, I don't participate in those and eat here and gather.
Life's better at the cottage.
Oh yeah. But of course, I said yes before even thinking whether or not I actually had time to make it.
Of course.
So obviously, I glued a bunch of boards together, and what I did to glue those together, I used my Gorilla Wood Glue.
The sponsor of today's video, Gorilla Glue.
To keep everything locked in place. And because, that's the kind of project where I really didn't want I didn't want to wonder whether those boards are going to stay together.
Especially being outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I used some white oak, and I used my Gorilla Glue. I didn't use this Gorilla Glue. I used the ultimate one.
Smart man.
Yeah. The one that's, more water resistant.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to glue it up, clamp it, know it's going to hold. Now,
and what color does that one dry to? The ultimate.
It's like a wood color. It matched the white oak perfectly.
Hell yeah.
That I used. And Gorilla Wood Glue is the #1 most used wood glue brand among woodworking pros. But it's also really easy to woodwork. It's also really easy to work with, even for beginners. Less water, more glue, and a stronger bond than the other guys. It dries a really natural color with less yellowing, cleans up with water, and it's non-foaming. So that whole project was easy. Now, luckily, I don't have to paint the sign, but the sign is going to be painted. You know the thing where, like, when you paint stuff.
White oak?
Listen.
That's criminal.
They're painting white oak. Okay. But the thing is, like, any imperfection, you paint it, the paint just telegraphs it right through. So I also use Gorilla Wood Filler to smooth everything out and get the surface ready for paint. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Love how quick that stuff dries too.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
But listen, the glue keeps the boards together. The filler cleans up a little bit imperfections. And once I got a couple coats of paint on there, everything should look flawless. Again, thankfully, I don't have to do the painting. So Gorilla, trusted by the pros, easy for everyone. Order yours today at GorillaTough.com/offthecut. That's GorillaTough.com/offthecut.
I think this might be the first week where we've done the podcast, had the Gorilla Glue ad read, and I haven't used Gorilla Glue that particular week.
No.
I had no use for epoxy, no use for wood glue this week. It's mostly being like an editing. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So I'm sorry.
Well, hey, getting back to like the internal, external motivation, I 100% agree with you. If I have a sponsor deadline or like I need to have this project done by Christmas or something, I never have a problem getting that stuff done.
Yeah, basically, you just default back to working for the kind of mode you're in when you're working for somebody else.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a paycheck. Like, I got to show up. I got to get this done so that I can get my paycheck, right?
Right. I mean, like, say, I don't know, typically when we land like a sponsor deal for a video, unless you're scheduling them out far out, you typically have what, like 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, give or take. And so it's really easy to go, oh, I got 2 or 3 weeks.
No big deal.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But then you get like 3 days before the video's due, and you're like, holy cow.
I think if I push, like if I get into one of those situations where I have like 2 or 3 days, usually I can, if the rest of the video is already done, I can film, edit, and like find a point to insert the ad read into a typical YouTube video in one day.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of like, for me, honestly, it ends up usually being a full day thing. Unless it's one of those really good brands that gives you all the B-roll. I like it when the brand's like, here's a folder with a bunch of video assets that you can use. Because if I had to make my own B-roll, it takes a while.
The worst is when they give you that folder of assets and it's just garbage in there.
Sometimes they're teeny tiny. I know.
It's like 480i resolution, and we're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scale the crap out of this.
Yeah. But like external motivation, so like somebody's saying you need to have this done by this certain date, always motivates me and always gets me up and going. But
when it's just you,
when it's just you, like how do you get that same thing? It's so easy to push it aside and be like, I'm not doing that.
I know. It is truly that's why, running your own business is tough.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody standing over you, be like, hey, you got to get this done. Yeah, unless maybe I should train Sophie to be more of a whip cracker.
Yeah, she needs to be the executive assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Friday video needs to be done.
That's okay. What about that idea? If you got successful enough, like say money was no object,
sure,
would you hire a person to like keep you on track, like a project manager or something like that?
Yeah, I think I'd end up resenting that person.
I think I would too. Like, I pay you just to yell at me. What the hell is this?
People are into that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. It's tough because we inherently, it doesn't really matter per se when we put out a video. I mean, ideally you would like to do like 1 a month or so, but
yeah, you can't let people forget that you exist.
Yeah. It's just tough because I also get the feeling like, say, you're working on a big project or whatever. For you and I, it's novel as we're making it, creating it. But then we basically have to relive the entire project through the editing and voiceover thing. It's just like, it's not new to me anymore.
Yes. The thing that I also find kind of discouraging about what we do too is like, let's say you absolutely push yourself to the limit, you blitzed, you're like, I'm going to work super hard for a week and get this video that I'm working on done right now. As soon as you're done, you can't be like, oh, sweet, time to like slack off for a week.
Time for another one.
Because it's like, there's something else you're like, I should really just get started on the next one right away.
I know. That's why, like, I remember talking to Jason from Bourbon Moth, and he's like, yeah, make a golf tee time every Friday.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
So he's like, the video has to be done by Friday because I'm going golfing.
Yeah. I wonder how many times he's missed that tee time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but I still can't imagine doing a freaking video a week.
Oh, that's crazy. That's insane to me. So right now I have one sponsored video that needs to come out sometime in August.
Sure.
And I have another one that needs to come out in early September. And I haven't started on the September one yet. Well, I've kind of I've done pre-planning and stuff, but I haven't actually started filming anything like that. And that's stressing me out. The fact that I have over a month to do this video.
Like 6-7 weeks.
But it's like, I know that it's the summertime. I know that 6-7 weeks is going to fly by if I'm not careful. And I'm still not done the video before it. So, yeah.
But it also seems like, 6 or 7 weeks. That's tons of time. I'll focus on this other one. And then once you finish the August one, you're like, oh my God, I got 2 weeks to finish this thing.
Exactly.
It's tough, but I think everyone goes through it. And I think what you said, it's like, it's not monumental, like groundbreaking advice. That's just get started with just do something.
Yeah. Yep. It's weird sometimes. And then also, like, I don't know, you give yourself a day off here and there. Like, don't kill yourself. Yeah. But getting the ball rolling, that snowball effect is very, very real.
Yeah. And there's certain things, like for me, editing, like I can edit a couple clips, and it's motivating for me to just like, oh, do just a couple more. It's a very low bar for me to continue.
Yeah.
Versus some tasks, it's a very high bar to continue. That like motivation of yourself.
Yeah.
It makes you want to be like, all right, all the tasks that like writing a voiceover and stuff like that, don't you just wish you could farm it out to someone else? But then it would inherently lose the you factor, I think.
I challenge, maybe you've already done this, but I challenge you to go have an AI like write a video intro for you, or a section of a script for you. I've tried doing it, and it's immediately like, I'm like, this is garbage. I could never subject my audience to this.
I tried doing it for like this tool list video. I was like, all right, so the tool number 1 is whatever. I want to talk about this. I want to mention this. Here's a couple benefits like this. Here are a couple things I don't like, and like, here's why I buy this one. Mm-hmm. Now, turn that into a script that's like 2.5 minutes long or whatever. Dude, it repeated the same thing like 7 times. I'm like, what are we doing? And I feel like I ended up spending more time trying to hash stuff out with AI than I would have to have just written it myself. Mm-hmm. Now, I do think there's some merit to you write, say I want it to be like a 2.5 minute script, but I write 5 pages about things I like about this tool. Then I throw that into AI and say, make this more concise. I think there's merit to some of that.
There might be, but I would then, I think you're right. Like you could throw into AI and be like, make this more concise, but I don't think you could ever take its output, throw it on a teleprompter and start reading it.
No,
I think you would have to then take another pass and be like, okay, now that it's kind of organized and condensed, now I put it back into my own words.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like, you ever watch an old ad from like the 60s on like television?
Yeah.
About like why you need to buy this like Comet soap or whatever. It just seems like the most low level, non-educational way of like telling people about the pros of a product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It drives you nuts.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. I wonder. Do you think? What about they do make a voice AI thing where you can like train it on your own voice and have it narrate in your voice. So you give it 1 million hours of audio samples of you talking. It learns all your little vocal inflections, and then you just feed a script into it and it says whatever you want to say. Would you ever trust something like that, or would you ever try something like that?
I don't know. Isn't that what Scott said? He doesn't fully do it, but he does a lot of this stuff with Claude and like has trained Claude so heavily on like his voice and how he speaks and stuff like that.
I think yes, but I don't know if I don't think he's ever gone the full Monty and actually had it speak for him. I think maybe in terms of like writing style and that, but even then, like I've dumped all of my scripts into Gemini and been like, learn my voice, write this in my voice. It's never close.
Yeah.
But maybe Claude's better. I don't know.
But do you think that also comes from perhaps the way you articulate, the way you speak changes over time, and the way you speak now isn't the way you spoke in a script from a year ago?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Probably not, though. I'm not just as dumb as I was a year ago.
I mean, the feel of all of your videos feels consistent.
Yeah.
Which is what you're going for, right?
Yes.
You want somebody to tune in, and your next video is just like your previous one.
What I'm trying to do with my YouTube videos is avoid that feeling where you watch a show for 10 seasons and you're like, season 11 sucks. They completely changed the format. It's like you want to give the people like what they expect, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's also challenging to do that. And because it's like you probably inherently are like, oh man, I feel like I've done this before, right?
Yeah, that's why I kind of always tend to. I think if you look at my videos, I don't know actually if it would be observable to an outside observer, but they've definitely gotten bigger in terms of scope and complexity.
Sure.
I feel like I always find new ways to kind of challenge myself with every project. I don't know if that actually comes across to the end user, and that's how I kind of keep it interesting for myself.
But at the same time, I think that also makes doing the video more challenging.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I could. I wish I could just be like, do videos at the complexity of what I did 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that if I do that, then people won't find it interesting, which is, I don't think true, but I don't know. It's a weird fear that I can't really escape.
And it's also kind of the same thing of like, you know, people come to your channel because they like watching you like, you know, mod tech and do some, you know, DIY stuff and push the boundaries of things that you can't just buy off the shelf. But inherently, that takes a lot of time. And I'm assuming it takes you a lot of research. Like,
yeah,
you want to do a PlayStation 1, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you spend days figuring out what mods are out there, what people have had success with, what things don't work well, what are like pre-built chips and stuff like that out there. Like,
you know what's funny? The thing that actually takes the most time, which gets condensed to almost nothing when I do the videos, is all the CAD work, all the fusion.
Oh,
like when I'm like, oh, I designed a new case. For like my last one, my Xbox video, I think I spent a solid work week designing the new case for it. And then in the video, it's like, and then I hopped on my computer and I whipped up a new case. And it's like all a week's worth of work gets condensed into this like one sentence and like a 3 clips of me like moving the mouse around on screen.
Well, I mean, look behind me, right? All these different prototypes of the simple tool that I'm having. It's literally a little cone that holds a bunch of glue bottles. Like, sure, take calipers, measure a bunch of different things, but you print it out and you're like, that needs to be. That interferes with this now that I can see all of it together. And
there's a thing you learn. It's like if you throw a set of calipers on something and you measure a circle and it's 20 millimeters exactly.
Right.
If you just pump that into Fusion and try to print something that fits on the outside of that cylinder and you make it 20 millimeters, no way it's going to fit. Not a chance. You have to make it like 20.25 or 20.5 with a little fillet around the edges so that it slides in there. There's all these little tweaks and stuff you have to do in order to get it to work.
It's so frustrating. And then one of the things that I ran into when I was designing like battery holders and stuff like that is anytime you have 2 or more things that
I remember you saying
interface with one another, there's tolerance in both items. So like I found that Milwaukee was actually the worst culprit of this. Their batteries have massive tolerances on them.
Interesting. I wonder if that's, did you look at the batteries and see like some are made in, maybe some of them are made in China, maybe some are made in Mexico, maybe some are made in the USA. I wonder if you could like track it down to like different, because I'm sure they make them in multiple factories at any given time.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like I got ones, like I have 2 8 amp hour ones that came with my lawnmower.
Yeah.
You would assume if they came with the lawnmower, they would have been made from the same factory.
Yeah, totally.
Right? It's wildly different.
Really? Wow,
like
interesting.
Almost a millimeter off.
I do have, I wonder if it's something to do with the big batteries, because I have the 60 volt DeWalt batteries, And I noticed one of them fits in my drill perfectly, and then the other one, when you put it in there, it's loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
And that's DeWalt in a DeWalt tool.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you make something that interfaces with those batteries,
it's
you better have a lot of them to test. Because, like, my complaint is that with a lot of, like, tools, you know, you slap the battery on the bottom, and then if you kind of, like, jiggle the drill, the battery jiggles. So I was like, I don't want that with my battery holders. I want them to go in and be, like, nice, firm, and tight. Big mistake, because then I tested them on my other batteries. I'm like, those batteries don't even fit on there.
Yeah. Do you think the tool design guys hate the battery guys because their tolerances aren't tight, or vice versa?
Oh, this is like the painters hating the drywallers, and the drywallers hating the framers.
Yes, exactly.
You're probably right.
Yeah. I bet there's beef inside the company. They're like, if you just tightened up the tolerances on those batteries, they wouldn't jiggle around in our tools.
So even with the 3D scanner, you're like, oh, I'm still like, for your Xbox case. How many Xbox cases did you have to print off? Like 5 or 10?
Yeah, probably closer to 5. But that was because they were like 20-hour prints. So I was like, I would test like 3 or 4 different things at once. 3 or 4 different changes. You know, I'd print one, I would put all the things in, and I'd be like, okay, this needs to be a little bit bigger, this needs to be a little bit bigger, this needs to be... So I'd try and condense multiple iterations into a single kind of prototype. But yeah, in the video, I think maybe I showed one prototype and then the finished thing. There was at least 4 or 5 that never got shown on camera.
Yeah. And like, I bet in the case of the Xbox one, like, one of those prints was probably half or close to a full spool of filament.
Yes, yeah. 800 grams, I think, for the main section of it.
And if you're doing ASA, that's like $50.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why I usually do cheap, like, you know, all the kind of like half spools I have kicking around. That's what I use for like the prototypes, and then the last one is what I print in the nice filament.
Where you just have a bunch of like, oh, I have 50 grams of pink and like all kinds of just wild ass colors and stuff.
Yeah. If you look in the video, there's like a very clear line that goes right through the middle of the case, and it's because the power went out halfway through. Actually, probably more closer to like 3/4 the way through one of the prints. I was like, I can't do this. I just don't have the time to do it again. So I was like, I'm just going to leave this, you know, very clear line in the print. It looks so good other than this like one section.
I did notice it.
Yeah, I figured most people probably wouldn't anyway, so.
That's got to be tough to be like, I'm sure you feel the same way I do of like, I want this to look really, really nice. Like every joint, every seam, well, parts and pieces move, like joined together. You want to look really good. But everything that you're doing is inherently a prototype.
Exactly, yeah.
Like if I were to build the same piece of furniture again, I would not do it like the way I just did it on the video, but...
That's, you know, anytime you're making one-off things like that, that's got to be the case, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's only when you can devote the resources of an entire team of people for a year to make something that you really get like high quality products.
And I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you probably are too. Sometimes you're like, this area didn't turn out great. I'm just not going to film that on camera.
Rotate 45 degrees, film from across the room, and you're good to go. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough for YouTube, right? Yeah.
But then I think it gives people an unrealistic expectation that everything that everybody does online just is like flawless.
True, but I mean, the flip side of that is like, okay, so there's this line in the middle of my case. If I wasn't making a YouTube video, and I was really concerned, I was more, and it wasn't for me, it was for, you know, somebody I was, say I was building it for somebody, I just print it again.
Right.
But it's the constraint of like, okay, I have a million other things I have to do to get this video out the door for this deadline. So.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And if you have a bunch of people that comment, why is there a line at the bottom? The engagement only helps.
True. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. It's funny. I actually got a note from Bryson today. He was editing some footage. He was like, "Hey, in the last clip on the timeline, the tag. I think I was wearing this shirt. The tag was like popping up behind, and he was
Let
like,
it
"Do you
rip.
want to
Let it
refilm
ride."
that?" I was like, "No." I was like, "If anything, I want you to zoom in on it as I'm talking, so that it gives people something to talk about."
One of that like Ken Burns thing, where it's just a real slow zoom in,
Yeah.
and it goes straight to the tag where we're not even looking at your face.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can have little text be like, "What is this?" That's YouTube gold right there.
Exactly. It's funny. I did 3 separate takes of this like same segment. All of them, tag popped way out. Very funny.
But then you're probably like, I've going full circle. You're not motivated. You can't be bothered to refilm that.
Yeah, true. I mean, at a certain, I don't know. Part of it's motivation. Part of it's also just like, it's real. It's YouTube, It's like, I think that's kind of the charm of it, is that it's not polished. We're not, if this was a TV production, yeah, we'd have to go back, reshoot it, but it's like, that's not what people want.
Right. Same thing, like if you're going, like, if you mess something up, show it.
Yeah.
Within reason. Like if you're, doing a large project and you have 13 things you messed up, show 2 or 3.
Pick the most informative ones. Like, show the ones where you can actually like teach the person something interesting through the mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it'd be very easy to just cover it up, not say anything.
Yep.
But it is.
You'll see in my next video. There's a couple moments like that. It's always the 3D printing stuff where I'm like, F it, whatever. Like one of my prototypes, I built something, the little tab. I was making like these tabs that kind of clicked into place. One of the tabs broke off. And it's like, it's a prototype that's going to be on screen for like 3 or 4 seconds. I'm not going to reprint this entire thing. It's like, I'll just kind of film around it.
No, yeah. Who cares? Yeah. So when you're doing prototypes, do you use like the interface material for supports, or you just use like regular supports, break them off, and like, who cares?
Depends. Honestly, if I can get away without it, sometimes I'll print without supports, and I'll just be like, I know this overhang is going to be a little crappy. Because like when you're prototyping, it's like, I just want the thing in my hands physically as fast as I can. I'm not necessarily super concerned about, I know which tolerances are important to test for this iteration. So yeah.
No, that's
a lot of the time I'll just print it without prototypes. But if I do use supports, I usually, it depends. Depends on the material. Because like PLA, you can get away with doing the no interface, and it breaks away pretty easy. But if you start doing like ABS and ASA and stuff like that,
it's like concrete.
It's like, even when you like put like a millimeter, half a millimeter gap between layers, it's still really hard to break off the support. So there, I will almost always use the interfaces.
Or you can get them to break off, but then you have just a bunch of artifacts stuck onto your thing, and you're like, well.
And I will say, like the dual extruder bamboo printers, there's not really much of a penalty for having supports.
Okay.
For having the interface, because you have 2 nozzles, right? So one nozzle gets loaded up with the main filament, the other one gets loaded up with the interface material. And there's no penalty for kind of adding that second material because you're using the X1C, so there's a little bit of,
It's probably like a minute or so changeover.
Oh, that's not even that bad. I guess, but you also have you have like the tower and stuff that gets added to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm doing like a decent print that's got several changeovers, I mean, it'll fill up the little poop chute bin very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
With that. Especially if I'm doing like a print that's got a lot of changes and I'm doing, say, like 9 or 12 of them on the same build plate.
Yeah.
You're wasting a lot of filament.
Yeah.
Like you can, like, honestly, if you look at the slicer thing, sometimes it'll be 30, 40% of what you're printing is waste. I'm like, whoa.
I know. Yeah, you build something with like massive supports and it's like, just break it all off, throw it in the garbage.
I know.
It's not very satisfying or eco-friendly, but
then it makes me want to like, man, it'd be really nice if I could just take all the junk, grind it down, and make it into a filament.
Made something like that. Filament.
But it like the money that you spend into creating that, and not only the money, but your time.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I swear somebody had like a little filament reprocessor thing. But again, like I print like all sorts of different plastics too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I suppose if all you printed was like PETG or PLA, then boom, you could recycle it. And I think you would recycle it into like prototype material. So it'd be brown, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you just use that for prototyping things.
I wonder if you could it'd be kind of cool if you could do like take all of your filament and then like put it in like an epoxy tabletop or something like that. You know what I mean? Like find some kind of unique way to reuse that kind of like, you know, those tables that are like, they'll take a bunch of like cut up bits of skateboard.
Yeah.
And they'll like reprocess those into new things, or like Michael Alm does it with like
the plywood stuff,
the plywood patterns. Like that's a great use for like all those. I wonder if somebody could come up with a creative use for all the little filament poops.
Probably.
Yeah, you could put them. You could put them in a bowl, cover them with epoxy, and then like turn it. Into another bowl.
Put more plastic on plastic.
Put more plastic on plastic.
People love that. Yeah. Way back then, I don't remember if you remember this one. This long time ago, I had a similar idea of take all the scrap wood and like instruction manuals and like little Allen keys and just like all the crap that you like accumulate into the garage. I literally poured trash into a giant mold and then filled it with epoxy.
Yeah.
What a stupid idea. What a dumb idea.
Did it all float up to the top?
I mean, yeah, the whole thing was a terrible, terrible idea.
What did you use the end result for? Were you trying to make
made a coffee table out of it?
Made a coffee table, okay.
The legs and the base too.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was hideous. It looked like hell. One of my buddies really wanted it though.
Oh, okay.
But making legs out of effectively solid epoxy weren't the most durable.
Really? What were they, like floppy or bendy?
Nah.
Interesting.
Not as rigid as you would have thought.
Really? I guess, I've had that's true. Epoxy tables usually have a little bit of flex to them.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And it was only 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch thick, so. And like 2 inches wide. Like I tried to make it like a like mid-century modern type base, and it didn't work out.
That's all right.
But I was inspired from those colored pencil tables where people take those are slick. But I think what draws people into those is like the wild neon colors.
Yes, that's true.
Of like all the John said John from Biscuitry said, I know a guy that made table legs from epoxy and gummy bears.
That's kind of cool.
Interesting. But see, I feel like that's a slippery slope, because if that's the kind of stuff you're going to do on your channel, but you only say you do a gummy bear table once, and then everything else you make is wood. But people who came for the gummy bear thing are then going to be disappointed that everything they see in the future isn't a gummy bear table.
For sure. Or at least, I mean, how many creators have we seen where they just become like the epoxy person, right? Like I'm just gonna, or the aforementioned, you become the colored pencil guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a whole handful of colored pencil people out there, skateboard deck people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are inherently stupid. And what I mean by that, like...
No, it kind of goes back to what we were saying before, is like you want to give the people what they've come to expect, what they want.
Right. People love Seinfeld. Why? Because every episode is almost exactly the same.
It's true. They didn't go weird in the last, 3-4 seasons, right?
No.
They found their formula and they stuck to it.
You just repeat over and over and over and over again, which has got to be mind-numbing.
Yeah. You had to find something in there for you, like some way to iterate without deviating too much. John just said his friend unfortunately got fed up with YouTube and deleted his accounts.
I thought of, let's just say tomorrow, hypothetically, you just say, I'm going to hang it up.
Yeah.
Why would you delete your account? Why wouldn't you just keep it open? You're still going to rake in AdSense.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
I remember asking Jonathan, because Jonathan Katz Moses, he took like a good solid year or so off, something like that. And I asked him, were you still getting an AdSense? He was like, yeah, pretty consistently every month I would get a check from YouTube, even if he didn't post. So.
Huh? See, I thought after a while, if you hadn't been active, that.
Yeah, so YouTube has a thing where they say they'll take down your account if you haven't posted recently, but they don't define recently. Or if the account isn't active, but they don't define what active is.
But I'm assuming if you're still bringing in 100,000 views a month or something like that, YouTube's like, why would I get rid of that?
Yeah, exactly. Unless they wanted to start taking 100% of the money for themselves, but
that would suck.
Yeah, which is basically what they do to pre-monetization.
Hey, I want to hear the update on your email saga for your course, but I think we talk about that over in the after show.
That sounds like a plan to me.
You down for that? So everybody, thanks for hanging out with us as always. Live stream, thanks for hanging out. Remember, if you're in the live stream, you know what Bill's next giveaway is going to be.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm excited for this one. I'm actually curious to learn more about the product he's giving away.
I'm pretty sure that's well over $1,000.
Yeah, especially once you get into all the accessories and stuff. Yeah.
It might be a couple thousand, but I don't know. But probably next week we should have all the full details from Bill about that giveaway. But if you want to, I tell you what, why don't we'll tell the people in the after show what the next giveaway is going to be.
I like it.
Yeah. So we're going to head over to patreon.com/offthecut podcast. We're going to dive into Zach's email debacle update with his course. We're going to reveal to you what the new giveaway is going to be. And we will catch you guys over there.
It's going to be action-packed after show.
It's going to be a big one. See ya. Hold on. I got to play the thing. We give a huge shout out to our returning top tier patrons.
Corey Duvall at Woodcraft and Honey.
Charles Averso.
Chucko.
Sorry, Charles.
Bill Burkle, WTB Woodworking.
Dadu said, yeah, buddy.
Building Creative.
Damon Pattison.
Joe Welsh at Delaware Valley Workshop. Bailey Thompson. The RZA, the Jizza.
Wes Muma of Wu-Tang Woodworking.
Wu-Tang!
Bingo bango, you're done.
You should stop.
We made it. Man, I miss Deric.
Yeah, I know.
Hear that voice. It's like, it makes me sad. But live stream, we're going to catch a new seltzer water out of the fridge, and we will see you guys over at the after show.
See you, everybody. Peace. End stream.